Good morning, children. Welcome to today's class. Today we will learn a new chapter, Living and Non-Living Things, from your Semester 2 Cherry book. Children, we can see a lot of things around us, isn't it? Look at these pictures. Here you can see a boy, balloon, a pen, a cat, pigeon, and a car. Do you know which of these things can move on their own? Why? In this boy can move himself. Can a balloon move by itself? No, never. A balloon can never move itself. Then how does it move? It moves because of the wind, but we cannot see it. That's why we feel like it's moving by itself. Okay, so a balloon cannot move by itself. Then this pen also cannot move itself, isn't it? If so, what about this cat? Can it move itself? Yes, it can move itself. And this pigeon can also move by itself. But this car cannot move by itself, isn't it? What do you think? Why can't some of these move on their own? Because they have no life. Only living things can move on their own. So, there are two types of things around us. They are living things and non-living things. So, the things can be divided into two, living things and non-living things. You can see in this picture, these are living things and these are non-living things. Human beings, plants, bacteria, animals, reptiles, insects, trees, fungus, birds are some examples of living things. And you can see here fan, house, car, stones, sun, water. These are some examples of non-living things. Do you know, children, living things differ from non-living things in many ways. They are entirely different. Let us check how the living things differ from non-living things. First point that we already discussed just now. What is that? Yes, living things can move. So they can move on their own. You can see in this picture, people move around. People move from one place to another place to fulfill their needs. And animals also move from one place to another, isn't it? Birds can fly and fish can swim. So they also can move on their own. And what about plants? Yes, plants also shows some types of movements. For example, we know the leaves of the mimosa plants close when it touched, isn't it? Don't you see it? And the sunflower always faces the sun. If the sun is in the east, it will turn to that direction. If it is in the west, the sunflower also turns to that direction. You can see in this picture, isn't it? Like this, some plants also shows some types of movements. So, living things can move on their own, but non-living things do not move on their own. We know a chair cannot move from one place to the other unless someone shifts it. The same in the case of other non-living things. Okay, and another difference is living things need food and water to stay alive. Humans, all animals, birds, insects, all are need food to stay alive. Plants and trees also make their own food with the help of water, air and sunlight. So all the living things need food and water to stay alive. But non-living things like stone, sun, moon, table, chair do not need food. Next point, living things can grow. You can see in this picture, a baby grows into an adult and a pup grows into a dog and a seed grows into a big tree and a chick grows into a hen. Like this, all living things can grow. Then, what about non-living things? Can they grow? No, they cannot grow. We know a bed, a computer and a stone will not grow in size. They always remain the same. Then the next difference is living things breathe. Yes, all the living things like cat, dog, we all are human beings, and plants, trees, all are need air to breathe. Otherwise, they cannot live. But non-living things do not breathe. Non-living things like stone, table, chair, pen, pencil do not need air. The last point, all living things have young ones. Some living things like birds, insects, snakes lay eggs from which the young ones hatch. And some other animals like cat, dog, rhinos, zebras, kangaroos and human beings give birth to their babies. And plants produces seeds from which new plants grow. So all living things have their young ones, but non-living things do not produce young ones. Now I will show you some pictures. You want to identify, is it a living thing or non-living thing? Can you see this? This is a table, and what type of thing is this? Is it a living thing or non-living thing? Yes, this is non-living thing. And next picture. These are grass. And what thing is this? Living thing. It can grow and it make food. It need air and it make its young one. So it is a living thing. Next, a swing. These are swings. So this is non-living thing. And what about chair? Is it a living thing? No, it is a non-living thing. This is mushroom. Do you know which type of thing is this? Yes, it is a living thing. You can see so many young ones here, isn't it? So this is a living thing. Next one, ant. It is a living thing. And what is this? A sky, isn't it? What type of a thing is this? Yes, sky is non-living thing. Next, what is this? Moon, isn't it? And what type of a thing is this? It is non-living thing. A plant. It is a living thing. A butterfly. This is also a living thing. It can move and it need food, isn't it? So, this is a living thing. A snake. Yes, it is also a living thing. So all of you understood what is living thing and non-living thing? Okay, so what we learned today? Yes, we learned living things and non-living things, and the living things differ from non-living things in many ways. Living things can move from one place to another place. They need food and water, and they can grow. They need air to breathe in, and they have young ones. These are the characteristics of living things. Okay. Today's our class ends here. We will do the activities of this chapter in the next class. Thank you.